Good morning, everybody. Good morning, LinkedIn, YouTube, where this is going out. So I want to respond to a poll I did over the weekend. And the question was, are you afraid to tell people your emotions? And I think that we're going back in, because of the new variant of COVID, we're going back into a very high state of mental health in terms of workers, the hybrid contracts. But I really want to focus on men because I want to get this podcast back up and running again. Those of you who want to come on my show, this is men's season now. I want to focus on men's health, men's mental health. And I think that, the question was, again, as a man, are you afraid to tell people your emotions? 20% from 20 people said, I'm getting better. 45% said, I like being open. And 35% said, I keep myself to myself. And I thought what was quite interesting was that as men of today, the modern man, if you want to call it that, we've all got different ways of coping mechanisms. Now, take me, for example. I've been through a lot of trauma and I've put that online. You can watch that on YouTube, on this channel, Mental Health TV, violent abuse, sexual abuse. And yes, it's made me stronger. Yes, I've gone through some deep emotional pain, but as the image in the back there, sometimes we get so lost. And this is where I think that, sadly, the men that do decide to take their own life, we feel, and from my research, that person feels that they're ashamed, they don't want to approach someone and ask for help. And we know the campaign of, it's okay to feel okay, or sorry, it's okay not to feel okay, sorry. But the thing is, I still feel that us as men, we're not opening up. And I'm not saying, like, for me, for example, I wear my heart on my sleeve and I'm open about, my conditions and my medical problems. And I put my trauma, my sexual abuse and everything online, to tell my story, to help others. But I think the more conversations we have, it's going to take us years and years for us as a whole nation of men in this world to actually be more open about how we feel, because I feel like Generation Z that's coming through now are very closed, are more open than what we were, but I still feel that, we're not openly talking about how we're feeling. And friendship is important, and I've got some amazing friends and I'm very fortunate, but sometimes we're just, I'm all right, yeah, no problem, I'll deal with it. And I don't think that's the right approach. And it's very hard. How do you teach millions of men across the world to have that openness to just have a conversation? I'm not really feeling too good. It's sometimes, why is it in this world it's so hard to ask for help when we're struggling with mental health? And I just believe that it's small steps, as they say, and baby steps. And I've had a lot of counselling over the years. If it weren't for counselling, I might not be the person I am today, the strong-willed person that fights back against problems in the brain. Epilepsy I had for 5 years, was a very serious condition. A lot of people end up in mental institutions because it's a very difficult condition to treat. I had epilepsy, lots of seizures, over 100 999 calls. But what got me through, obviously I'm a Christian, my faith, that's one domain, but my friends as well. But also, it's when you go through pain. When my mum died, up until her death, I had a really bad seizure in the house, and then my brothers came and took over the house and looked after my mum. I was in an awful state, and what kind of pushed me forward in terms of healing was, I was already open, but I wanted to be extra open. And when I did my online Mental Health TV, there's over nearly 100 videos, I think, online now. it felt liberating, because each time I record a new video, something just gave me like that sense of it's not on my shoulders no more. And I think that if we have a conversation as men, to our friends or anybody, a stranger, and we always say that strangers are the best people to talk to, and a lot of times that's the case. Let's do that. Don't bottle things up. It takes a tremendous effort to open up about stuff, especially if you're drinking heavy. We're getting into the Christmas period. Sadly, Christmas is hard for me. I lost my mum. My family just, after mum's death, all went, in the wrong direction, really. I feel lonely at Christmas, yeah, but I'm strong-willed and spirited to say that there are people in the world that love me, and I want you to stand up for yourself and say, look, people do care about you, and even if you feel they don't, I certainly care. You've got a lot to give, and don't give up hope, because once you enter that domain of, oh, that's it, the world's on top of me, you might have just lost your job, or you might just be fed up in your job, because we all know that there's a lot of pressure at the moment with the hybrid contract. And I'm saying to everybody across the world with this video is to have hope. People that have been stuck in prison camps in World War II, one thing that they got them going was hope. And we need to have that in itself as men, because the more strong-willed we are, talk about our feelings, have the conversation, it's a slow process of healing. So thanks for watching. This is Mental Health TV. If you want to come onto my show, please do direct message me on LinkedIn. I really want to kickstart this new men's season of podcast of Mental Health TV in a really uplifting way, so we can support men across the world that are finding it very difficult to have those conversations about how they're feeling. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again soon. Take care wherever you are.